I am here in this section to talk about what is clay. Crazy question that I have really wondered for years how to answer it quickly. There's not really a way, but basically the earth grinds rock and for many hundreds of thousands of years or whatever, and creates a very small particled soil that is, smaller. The particles are small enough that it becomes plastic and workable when it is wet. It dries hard and fires in a hot enough firing to become ceramic. And that's kind of the short answer to what is clay. There are many types of clay. We have a couple of suppliers here in the Western United States and some in other parts of the world who create consistent clay bodies so that we artists and potters can rely upon them and create consistent work. However, it is possible to dig it native, and I have done that here in Arizona. It's a lot of fun to mine clay. It's also a lot of work. Some areas have better clay that's more easily accessible, like North Carolina and Georgia. There are some beautiful clays there that you can dig right out of the ground. I have dug clay right out of the ground here and used it, but most of the time it's low fire. So it just kind of limits you to what you can do. And it's also the physical work of digging it up. So we really like the suppliers. We're happy to have them. Laguna is one of them in California, and another one is Aardvark, and they are in Nevada. So get some clay. Go get it. Sometimes people ask me, why is it brown? This has iron oxide in it. It's just like rust. It makes the clay darker color. It acts a little bit different, not really much. But it does get toasty in the firing, and it's very attractive. Just a little messy to work with when it's raw. As we know, iron rust stains. And then, but otherwise it works pretty much the same. This is a stoneware. It's kind of a gritty clay. And when you are trying to find out how workable your clay is, how plastic it is, you roll a little snake, wrap it around your finger, you can. And if it wraps around your finger fairly easily without cracking, then chances are it's going to work. It's going to be plastic. And the opposite of plastic would be if it cracked apart when it did that. So this is a coil. This is a pinch pot. Doing these little exercises with the clay will train your hands. They will start to become familiar with how the clay works and how to smooth it and how not to get it too thin, how not to let it dry too much. All those things you have to train your fingers and your hands and your intuition. And here are some examples of dark and light clay fired. This is the darker clay fired. There's not a glaze on most of this. There is here. This is the darker clay fired. More of a reddish orange. This is a lighter clay with glaze on it, but you can see the clay color here, and another with the lighter clay.